your daughter, who is 22 years old, comes home with a 50-year-old and says, Daddy, meet your new son-in-law, what would you say?
No way.
No. Okay.
No, and that's it. And I'll tell you why.
So, Steve.
Yes.
I wanted to call to your attention the current meme that is making the rounds on my X feed. And you guys can see it up on the screen. She's 22 and he's 50. And the question is this relationship okay? Now, before you answer, we
tee it up.
are an age gap relationship. I am 12 years younger.
Yep.
He says 11 and a half, and close enough.
Right up. I just figured it out. I think it's 12 and a half. It's the other half.
And I'm going to be honest with you. You are the most beautiful 64-year-old man. No, I mean, like, objectively speaking, like, good looking, in shape. Like, you're in better shape than men like half your age, and I'm not even gassing you.
It's important.
Like, and while we're age gap 12 years younger, you could have gone like 22 years younger. You could have.
This is 28 years on the meme.
Yeah. So like, what
you.
is your feeling? What is your feeling about?
You know, everybody gets to do what they want to do in life. That comes with some inherent benefits and challenges.
Clearly, probably more perky.
The body, we were all more beautiful when we were 20s.
Less wrinkles.
All that, but that's
less bitterness, I guess.
More that than the body can stay in good shape. Depends on DNA lottery as well, whether you're one.
Yeah, I think we look pretty good.
You know, just be honest and go in straightforward. You know, you're asking me to opine on to drawn characters.
Right. Well, okay. You have 3 daughters. I have 3 daughters.
Yes.
So, your daughter, who is 22 years old, comes home with a 50-year-old and says, Daddy, meet your new son-in-law. What would you say?
No way.
No. Okay. It's very different when you're talking personally.
And that's it. And I'll tell you why.
Okay, tell us
all right,
why.
because first of all, my daughters wouldn't, because they don't have, like, they know that they were well loved and that they were well wanted. That's really what you have to do, parents, and then your kids have a more secure attachment.
Well, so wait a minute. You're saying that if a young girl is attracted to an older man, it's because she has daddy issues?
It's certainly worth checking. That's all I'm saying.
Okay,
and if that is the issue, then that's a different issue. And then the other thing is you can have it, and you can grow from it, you can certainly enjoy it. But for my daughter, I know daughters, they wanted and now have marriages. And so that much of a she'll be, 52 when he's 80. And that's a big
That's a huge change.
Yeah.
You know, okay. So when I think about my own kids, because I know that like age gap relationships, like there's a lot of discussion. People are talking about it, and even women are doing it. So a lot of women are, doing that stuff. And I'm thinking, okay, if we weren't together, I'm 52, and my son is 20. Could I, absolutely not. My oldest daughter is 27. Could I, thinking about their mentality and everything, I couldn't imagine there would be anything that it would almost feel like, because I have this maternal thing with younger people, it would feel somewhat incestuous
or child abuse, yeah.
Yeah,
and it can. That's sort of my thing, and I have a buddy, and it's not this big an age gap, but they have a big age gap, and she's, in my opinion, very much infatuated with him and the idea, and he doesn't see that going reciprocally. And I just felt he wasn't being fair, and I told him, just because we're brothers, we're friends, and he said, I told her once, that this is not that, but
he's still sticking around?
Yeah, and he enjoys
because
it.
Some of us are dumb.
Burning
Raise
time.
his hand, because she's wasting precious years hoping that he's going to change his mind. And this is like a quick sidebar. Anyone who's listening, if a guy says it's never going to happen between the two of you, trust and believe he is telling you the truth. It will never, ever happen. Just take his word for it and
Agreed.
go.
And that's being a good guy. You know, speak the truth. Like I've had, when I went on dates, people wanted babies, and I've had my 4, so I'm not going to have more. And I would tell them that, because that was a very important thing to this particular person. So just being straight up.
Yeah.
And then, love each other, learn from each other. There's this great phrase, growth relationships. So you can have, it's like, not like we're going from one to the next and the next, what's the problem? We can grow from each relationship. Ultimately for me, and thankfully for Crystalline as well, we were looking for the next forever relationship.
And I just think that, like, if I'm a 20-something and an older man who's like old enough to be my father, say, people always like to bring up Leonardo DiCaprio. He cuts him off at 25, right? So if I'm 23 and a half and Leonardo DiCaprio wants to date me, and I know that this is just simply like for his own, like whatever hedonistic Peter Pan fetish he's got going on, I'm not going in there thinking I'm going to change his mind. I'm going to be very mercenary. I'm going to see how much I can extract from the situation so that I can maintain my dignity.
It's very good, and that's smart business savvy. Again, being straight up, but looking out for yourself, and you're sharing resources. Men, older men or women, typically have more money. Younger women or men have more beauty, more youth, more vitality.
Speak for yourself. Let me go to the club. I'm just kidding.
Generally speaking, I didn't mean to be referring here. I'm making distinctions. And so the scenarios really are based on who the two people are and what their desires are.
Yeah, and so that's a temporary situation, and I think that, okay, if you want to have a temporary situation and everybody knows what's going on and what's what, that's cool. But I think about Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher, and the age gap in terms of like getting with someone in their 20s or their early 30s, and you're well into 40s, 50s years old, and you guys get married. And especially if you're a woman too, and you've gone past the window of fertility, and you get with a younger man, and he may at the time say, this is enough. Like, you have this youthfulness still, but you have also this mesmerizing maturity that's like erotically motherly type thing. And that's good for a while, but then something changes. And what happened with that couple, they stayed together for a while. I was thinking, oh my God, at first I thought this was crazy, but he eventually divorced and he remarried rather quickly and had children of his own. So I wonder if people who like assume that they can get these young people, like when you get married, like they're gonna just stick around and be the same.
You bring up a really good point, and an age stage, and somebody in their 20s may want to have children. Somebody in their 40s or 50s may have already done that or doesn't want it. And time will pass.
And they could say that they want it. They could say, they could say not having kids is perfectly fine with me. And then something happens, some biological switch.
And it's fair. It's not lying or gaslighting. It's just like life change. We change.
You evolve and you change.
And if we're closer in age, then there's more similarity. And it helps.
Actually, the research bears this out. We asked, I asked our Sophia, my chat GPT. So I wanted to find out, like, what's the success rate of these age gap relationships? I want to see, like, how long does the fun last? And so here's what it says. Age gap couples often start happier. They report higher satisfaction early on in compared to same age couples. possible reasons are novelty, admiration,
Fun.
complementary life experience, or mentorship-like dynamics, like mommy issues, daddy issues.
Well, no, it's like teaching each other things
Yeah,
about
I know.
life. We could
I'm
talk
gonna
about
say
mom and
that's
daddy.
interesting.
We could
I
talk
think
about that.
there's always going to be some of that. However,
Yeah,
over
always.
time, satisfaction tends to decline faster in larger age gap relationships, particularly as partners age into different life stages. And then it says the larger the age gap, the higher the divorce risk. So if there's a 5-year age gap, it's an 18% chance of divorce. When you get up to 20 years, it's 95% higher.
Boy. Yeah, and it makes sense that, as we go into childbearing years, we may want to have children. We go into retirement years, we may want to retire. So the idea is that these phases, even though we haven't lived them yet, many people have lived them before us. And if we're going at different times, it can create an instability.
Right. So basically, when you get into these situationships or relationships, just understand it is a very temporary situation, right? Don't take it too serious. Maybe not get married if she's 22 and you're 50, right?
Yeah. Do as you like. We're going to talk a lot about relationships, and it's, what kind of relationship are we having? Is this platonic? Is this forever? Is this financial? What is it?
Yeah.
And know what you want. And I just think loving, like our relationship, I'm just so thankful for it. And I'm so thankful to be able to do this together.
Absolutely. And you know what else? I do have some interesting news because we are an age gap relationship, and I just gave like a statistic that should give me pause, but then I scroll a little bit further along, and here's what I find particularly about Gen X and boomers when it comes to age gap situations. It says, interestingly, age gap relationships are faring better among Gen X and boomers than millennials and Gen Z. Possibly because people are healthier longer, wealthier older, and less socially constrained by traditional roles. So we got it going on.
We hit the jackpot,
Mm.
and it's just timing. So
Yes. It's all about the timing.
thank you, God.
Yes. All right, guys. So what do you guys think about that meme? Does that picture bother you at all? How do you feel about age gap relationships in general? Are you in one or contemplating one? Let us know in the comments.
And what's the biggest age gap relationship you've ever been in?
Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and we will see you next video.